be drilling these already, but I can't seem to find the chuck. So I can't get this thing open. I'm going to continue to look, and we shall return shortly after a brief message from our sponsor. Just kidding, we don't have any sponsors. What's up, Bender family? So today is Wrench Bender's solo edition. Ben and I are having a hard time getting on the same schedule, getting in the garage. You know, this is not our full-time job, although that would be nice. We still have to make some progress. So I'm on the GL1000 today. Cheap Trick. I'm on Cheap Trick. And today I'm working on the exhaust pipe fabrication. We've got to make some mounts that stem off of this passenger foot peg, and we're going to have to make some mounts to make sure that these things bolt up and stay in place. So I've already worked on one of these. I made a cardboard cutout, took some measurements, and I think this is what I want. And it's going to slide up there just like that and bolt or weld right here on the back side of this bolt onto the piece of pipe, which you can probably see better over here. That's a piece of round stock that I center drilled out and made it an extension with a longer bolt. And I'm going to weld right onto that, and that's going to be the exhaust bolt on. That's how the brackets are going to work for the exhaust. So that's what I'm working on today. Hopefully I can get some done. Like I said, I've already got one made. I got to make another one, got to clean them up, tack weld them in place. We'll see how it goes. I don't know that Ben knows that I'm here, and I don't know that he has confidence that I can do this without him. So let's see how Adam does on his own. Alright, so I've got my pieces done, and they look pretty good, in my opinion. I wouldn't say professional opinion, because I'm not a professional. And they may not meet Ben's standards, but they'll meet mine. And he's not here. So, I'm going to move on, I'm going to tack weld them on, but I'm going to talk a minute about how I got to this position. So, in order to make sure that these pipes are exactly where I want them, I first made sure that the bike was level. So I grabbed my level, and I leveled the bike up, which you probably can't see that, but the bubble is in the middle. And then I got to thinking about how I was going to make sure they were the same distance apart, or out to the side, and same distance off the ground, because we want them in the same spot on each side. So I took a tape measure, and I measured 3 inches back and made a mark on my piece of tape here. And then I did the same thing on this side, 3 inches back, and made a mark there. And that's going to be my reference point. So if I straighten this square up and I run it right out there to where it's just hanging free on the 3-inch mark, you probably can't read that, but we are about 4 1/4 almost exactly. Numbers are kind of wore off on this old square, but it'll work. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side where it's free hanging and just let it move out to the 3-inch mark, and we are again at 4 1/4 off of the frame on this side. And I'm pretty sure that where the rear fender is the center of the bike, and they are identical as far as center is concerned. So that's how I got the position away from the bike. And then to get the position off of the bottom, it's just a simple measurement with my tape measure off the floor here, and each side is going to be at 12 5/8 to the bottom of the exhaust tip. So I'm going to move on, get these things welded, we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so after multiple measurements, I figured out exactly where I want my holes to go, and I've got them marked with an X on each one. I'm going to take my center punch, and I'm going to center punch these X's, and then I'm going to drill me a 1/2-inch hole, and the plates should be done. So we'll see how it goes. And there is my center punched holes on my X's. Hey everybody, you can stop looking. I found it. You will never guess where it was. Like most places, they tend to end up on the floor. So I found it buried underneath some junk under my feet here. Let's get this chuck in here, drill bit, get this key locked away. There we go. I'm going to have to drop the deck down a little bit. Let me put this back where I found it. Alright, let's rock and roll. Well, ladies and gentlemen of the Bender family, the solo edition of Wrench Benders is, I would call, a super success. Maybe that's just my point of view, but here's what I did. There is the brackets right there, mounted. You can see there's like no movement. The bike moves now. And then here is the other bracket. Probably a better angle for you. And it is mounted. And then there's my distance out. It actually moved out when I got it nailed down. It's moved out a little bit more. It's at, this one's at 4 roughly 5/8. And then this side, I'd like to lie to you and tell you it's perfect, but you know, again, we never claim perfection at this garage, so we're just going to do it as good as we can do it. And that's free hanging, and this one's right at 4 1/2. So there's almost an 1/8 inch difference between the two sides. This side, the driver's side, say driver's side, the right hand side is actually out just a little bit farther than the left hand side, but I don't think you're going to notice less than an 1/8 inch. Alright, we'll see. Ben hasn't seen these yet. I hope he's impressed, although again, I'm not going to lie, he's hard to impress, if you can't tell. I think he'll be all right with it, though. Some few notes on the GL1000 project. I'm sorry, Cheap Trick. We do have new handlebars, black, new brake levers, black, staying with the color code, and then I got me some shorty shocks. Drops the back end of this thing down 2 inches from factory. So, thanks for watching, guys. Give me a like and subscribe if you haven't done that already, and give me a comment down in the section below to let me know how you think I did. Thanks.